All right, everybody. Welcome to the Two-Halves podcast. I am Ryan.
And I'm Rio.
All right, so
Welcome.
welcome. So today we're talking the Real Madrid game against Getafe. It's currently halftime, 1-0. And I mean, so I wanna, because we didn't get to do a show, right, for the previous game that we had against um in the Champions League. Who did we verse again?
Against Shakhtar.
Shakhtar, yes. So a continuation from that game. I'm it's like we flipped the switch, right? Like, is it me or are we just playing like a lot more creativity, more creatively, and like making a lot more chances and stuff like that?
I I think so. I think we turned it up a bit because that Osasuna game was was disappointing, and I'm sure they all realized that, and they just they're trying to do better, and I can see the energy, but it's still a bit scary at times, Like sometimes when we lose the ball in the midfield, it always we always feel like we're not as strong in the back and that they could always score at any point, which is scary. But I think we're doing okay.
Yeah, that's something I
Uh,
said to you in the beginning of this match. This defense, the defense line that we have today, Rudiger, Alaba, Militao, and Carvajal. That's what I wanted to see from the very beginning. Like that is,
yeah,
I believe, our strongest defensive lineup and what we need to keep.
yeah, I think so too. I think so too. But I, I'm not sure where the problem is in the defense because we actually have gotten scored on every single game we played this, so far. And I can't really even tell where the weakness is or where the issue is. It's more like a collective thing that at some point we just drop off and just go on cruise control when we're supposed to kill games and score as many as we can.
Yeah,
It,
maybe
it, and it's
I don't know if it's a confidence thing, right? Where we just like think that that we're good. There's nothing that we have to do. We can, like you said, cruise control, and then that's why we get sloppy. Or and because I say this to you all the time, um, Real Madrid for some reason only gives up bangers, right? So it's
it's
like
true.
these opportunities, these shots that these teams are making aren't easy shots. These are some golazos that you see that. I mean, that last goal in the Champions League, that goal was I looked at that and I was like, holy crap! Like I gotta give props. Like that was amazing, you know. But I'm like, I
Yeah,
see it and I'm just like, we only give up bangers. Like literally, there's no other way these teams can score, and for some reason, people turn up against Real Madrid. There's always one player, one pass that just for some reason finds itself perfectly aligned just to like a screamer in the back of the net from the top of the shot. This guy doing a bicycle kick. That wasn't a bicycle kick. I'm sorry. It was not a
uh,
cheese, a scissor kick.
I
I
think
couldn't remember. Yeah, and so it's just like it's wild.
it was Hot Valley, so yeah.
Yeah, and so yeah, right. So it's like I don't think I don't know if it's just a bad luck, but I want to keep a clean sheet today. That's our biggest issue. Our issue isn't necessarily scoring goals, although I seriously believe we should be scoring more goals than we are with the players that we have on the field, the creativity that I see, and the chances that we miss. It's clear we should be winning games by far more, especially these last. This game isn't over, right? But even in this first half, we should have already scored like 3, 4 goals, and we had Militao score in the first couple minutes of the game, and then we haven't been able to find the back of the net since. So
Yeah, true, too.
it's just one of those things where it's
Very
just
true.
like I definitely see, and I have to admit, this is a great time to be a Real Madrid fan because you look at this lineup, right? Who on this side that we see here today was there 5 years ago? You know, not Vinicius Jr., not Rodrigo, not Valverde, not Tchouameni, Modric, Rudiger, Alaba. Was
Well,
Militao there 5 years ago, or did we get him like within the last 5 years?
well, Modric has been there for a while, and Militao, I think 5 years ago we loaned them out to Porto or something like that.
Okay, but so you know what I'm saying? Like the majority of the
Yeah, yeah,
team
yeah.
are new players, young and up and
This is
coming
fresh.
players. And this is amazing to see because it's just like it's the changing of the guard. we're finally seeing that new era of Real Madrid players coming up for a new era of dominance. You know,
Yeah, yeah, true.
it was Ronaldo's era with Ramos, and I mean we still got like Modric, Cruz, Carvajal still there, but like that was their time, right? Now it's time for like Vinicius, Rodrigo,
Yeah.
Militao, and I mean Rudiger and Alaba. We still got a good 4 or 5 years with them. So, but you know that they're not going to get much more than that. Once their contracts end, probably after these contracts end, most likely we're not going to renew them unless they're still just absolutely killing it, which could be possible for either or of them. Rudiger, I feel like if he keeps his shape up, he's such a monster. Like I feel like he could play past 33, 40 easy.
Yeah,
I,
he's a monster.
Alaba, I don't know. Alaba looks fragile. I feel like Alaba looks fragile to me. You know what I mean? He's much more of like a skillful player than he is like he'll like run you down and like bully you. But Rudiger's the bully. But anyways, off topic on that point. But I love what I'm seeing, man. I'm loving the creativity, the 1-2 passes, the just like bringing it down the field by doing this and that. Like I love seeing it. We just need more goals.
Yeah, and also I would like to add that I don't know, but I'd like to see a little bit more from Camavinga. I feel like he
Yeah,
dropped off and he's been MIA for a whole half,
I don't. Yeah, I
and
was
that's
actually.
not good enough, you
I was
know.
wondering
That's
that
just really
literally.
good.
I like. I haven't seen Camavinga too much with the ball. I don't
Yeah.
know if he gets lost in between right now, Chouameni and Modric, and because I'm sorry, like I'm not worried about an injured Benzema no more. I'm really not, bro. This front line of Vinicius, Rodrigo, and
Rodrigo
Valverde.
is
I said that last time, bro. Rodrigo,
Rodrigo's playing like Benzema. He's really good.
he is a mini Benzema. It's incredible what this guy is doing.
Yeah.
And again, the only thing that he kind of, I mean, he makes great finishes, but he like that one shot on goal that he had, like the angle from the replay, he had a perfect top right corner and he hits it over the goal. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's just things like that, like he's still young, but I know once he reaches like mid to late 20s, he's going to be
Man,
insane.
he's going to be a monster. And imagine if we get like another player just like Benzema. Like, oh man, that would be like they are very, very rare. And we missed out on Harry Kane, but man, Rodrigo looks like he can be like that guy.
I
That he plays that kind of number nine.
I actually don't know if Harry Kane would have came to Real Madrid. Since I'm a Tottenham fan too, and I watch them, and I know how dedicated he is to Tottenham. Apart from maybe this last year, because of how bad a form they were, I'm not sure if he would have left because like they made it to the final of the Champions League. He was still on this high, or he was getting on this high that like no, this team we can go big. So, but anyways, I don't know. I don't know if we need to find a replacement for Benzema. I think Rodrigo's doing a pretty good job as a substitute for him. It would maybe be nice to get a replacement, right? Because somebody else as a number nine. I was watching this pundit, I think, on ESPN talking about Cristiano Ronaldo and how he would play as a good backup, you know, as a number new backup for us as a number nine, as long as he's comfortable sitting on the bench being that backup. But imagine Ronaldo coming back at this age to play as a
I don't
backup
think
on the
so,
bench.
bro.
No,
Ronaldo's not doing that.
he's not coming back to Real Madrid to play on the bench. I mean,
Definitely.
who knows? Maybe he will. I doubt it, but it was just something I heard that I was like, you know what? Like, it doesn't sound like a bad idea, truthfully, to have Ronaldo on the bench, but it's just not gonna happen.
No, it's really not, and I think his pride would not let him because people would remember him for those years rather than those glory years, because
Mm-hmm.
people's memories are very short.
Yeah,
They would only remember what they currently see,
that's true.
which would be sad because he did so much, man. He's such a beast.
He's not in the best form of his life right now either with Man
No, right
United.
now, yeah.
He's kind of stuck at his 699th goal. He can't get that 700th. And this last game he had in
Uh,
the Europa League with Man United, he missed a shot from like 6 feet away from the goal. And it just was
Yikes.
just like, you know that he would have made that 10 times over when he was younger. And he just
Yeah.
put it in the wrong spot, you know? And that was it all the entire game though. He would make these great chances or great passes, and he just couldn't find the back of the net. So it might just be a bad run right now. Because last year he was amazing. So it's just maybe
Yeah.
now he's having to find his form again.
And also, he hasn't been playing
Yeah,
as well.
exactly. Yeah, no, yeah, the
He
system
hasn't
isn't
been playing
necessarily
consistently
made for
fresh.
him. But all right, so wait, let me ask you, right? This starting 11 that we have here, Vinicius on the left, Rodrigo up front, Valverde on the right, like the whole thing. What change would you make? Like, because the last game that Real Madrid had, I think the only difference was that Benzema was in Rodrigo's position. Rodrigo was on the right. Valverde was back, and instead of Camavinga, it was Cruz. I can't remember the defensive line though. Hold on, let me check real
I think
quick.
Mendy was in.
Yeah, yeah, it was Mendy and oh, hold on. It was Mendy and instead of Rudiger. So Militao and Alaba as the two center backs. I mean, honestly, dude.
The o-
No, you were gonna say?
mhm. The only change I would have made it would be Kamavinga for Cruz.
Yeah.
That's about it.
It's like I kind of agree, but then at the same time, it's like I don't want to make that change. Like I believe. I'm sorry, man. Like since I saw it like throughout the last couple years with Vinicius Jr., I truly, honestly believe now that if the player has the talent, you see the talent. If you just keep putting him on the field, he's gonna own up to that talent because then he gets the
Yeah,
experience,
it's gonna
he
quit.
gets the game time, he gets the full experience of it to the point he's gonna get so confident on the ball in the game, he's gonna play his best time and time again, and that's where I feel like what happened with Vinicius. He was crap, bro. You remember me? I was like, listen, I love Vinicius, man. He seems real dangerous, but I don't know. Like I'm iffy about him. I don't know how good is he gonna be. Maybe in a few years if he shapes up, but if he continues like this, like he's got to go, right? And look,
Yeah.
all of a sudden last year this man was scoring goal after goal, and he was our one of our biggest threats ever.
Yeah.
And it was just like this is amazing, and he's continued the form this year, and I truly 100% believe it's because we had no choice but to keep playing him. So that experience
Man,
builds up. Ancelotti came, probably said some stuff to him that was really good. He himself also took that determination and worked himself to the bone to become fit and work for the position. So as long as you let the player play and they are working at it, I don't know, man. I feel like Camavinga will fit fine into our midfield. Maybe he's getting used to Chouameni. You know what I mean?
yeah, sure, sure.
Maybe he's getting lost because with Chouameni he can speak French, but then with like Modric or anyone else on the field he can't. And maybe Chouameni just is better at communicating with. I don't know. You know what I mean? It might be like like a mental thing where it's just like one of them is um more adept
Yeah.
at what you call it, thinking on the fly on the field. Basically, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Yep, yep.
Yeah. But all right, I see
I
that the game started.
yeah, I think they started.
Yeah. All right, but so we're gonna win this, obviously, right?
Yeah, of course, of course, of course.
Of course.
All right.
If you do, you want to do a show maybe again later tonight? We'll see.
Yeah, yeah. We'll,
We'll talk it. We'll
we'll
talk
see,
about
but
it.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Let's get back
I
to the
think so
game.
too.
All right. Well, thanks for catching this little halftime
Yep.
show. All things Real Madrid and future other soccer, everything. This has been the Two Halves podcast. I'm Ryan.
And I'm real.
A la Madrid.
See you next. Nala Madrid.
All right, bro. Peace.